All right. Let's talk about cheap methods today during training. What you want to think about when it comes to training, I've always said, now keep in mind, I've been training people for over 30 years. I've been training myself for almost 40 years, okay? Long time. When it comes to cheap method, I always say there's a circle of fitness. Now you have many forms of fitness. You have weight training, you've got yoga, you've got running, you've got spinning, you've got so much. But in every form of fitness, you have this circle. And within that circle, that's the form, technique, that's the way it was designed to do. That was the way the exercises were designed to be used. Okay, but everybody's body's different. So maybe someone has a shoulder that's a little higher than the other. Maybe the arm's a bit longer, maybe the knee's off, maybe the ankle's off. So you have to adjust your training to fit you. But within that circle of fitness, you focus on proper technique. But you can step outside that circle, and that's called cheating. When you do exercise, it's the cheat method. You can step slightly outside that circle. The issue is many people today with that circle, they step too far out of that circle. So you see people with, for example, on a bench press, when they're working the weight, they come down with a bar and they bang it against their chest and boom, and really push it. That's not really working the chest, but for them it may work because they're fatigued on the set and they decided to do 12 reps, and on number 9 it got really tough, so they want to squeeze out those last 3, so they bang it on their chest to push it up. That's okay if your goal is to do the 12 reps. But if your goal is to develop your strength, your goal is to actually build the arms and get the look you're looking for, maybe if you came down and if you had to bang it a bit, you kind of come down softer with it or drop the weight down a bit so you're still in control of that weight. Bicep curls, see a lot of people when they're doing bicep curls, they do the curl with dumbbells or barbells and they come up and they lean it back, or they lean this way with a bar and they fling it up. Again, if you're trying to go for maximum force to say, wow, I've curl 200 pounds on the bar, hey, that's cool because you can actually say you curl 200 pounds on the bar. If that's your goal, and you're 25, 30 years old, great, because 20 years from now, you can say, back when I was that age, I curled 200 pounds. Fantastic. I used to bench 425 pounds, but I didn't do it that way. I came down with it controlled and pushed it back up, and that's what I'm proud of, is that form. But I'm also proud because of the fact that my body, I've never suffered any injuries. But in a lot of people that are half my age, that suffer injuries all the time because of that kind of training, because they're going too far out of that circle. Squats, I see people on a squat bar, when they squat, they're coming down to a squat, they've got 4 plates on each side, and I mean 4 wheels, right? They're coming down for the squat, and they say, okay, ready, I'm ready to go, They get under there, they get it all ready, get it on the shoulders, and say, okay, here we go, guys, you ready, you spot me, I'm ready to go. They come down 2 inches, right? What's 2 inches? Now, if that's your goal is to do 2 inches just to get the thing off the rack, I'm proud of you, that's fantastic. But if you're really trying to build your legs and get some strength in the legs, cut that weight in half, come on down and come right back up top. Use the weight for what it's for. It's to resist you. It's to challenge your muscle. It's to get the muscles working, the thighs working, the glutes working. That 2 inches, if you're going to do that, hey, fine. Give me 50 reps of the 2 inches. That will get you someplace. But if you just want to say, once again, I was able to do 4 wheels and I did 2 inches, I'm proud of you, if that's your goal. But I really don't think it is. I think a lot of people out there are using this kind of cheat method thinking that, okay, well, I see these guys do this at the gym, so I can do it too. But then 2 months later, they say, well, look, I've been doing all this weight, I've been doing all this training, I've been taking all these supplements, all this protein, and eating like crazy. I'm not showing any gains. Of course not. You're not doing the proper thing to see the gains. So you've got to train in a way to see the gains. So I'm not telling you my way is the best way. I'm just giving you some simple advice that has worked for me over the years. I've been training people, like I said, for over 30 years, and we're talking hundreds of people. Let me tell you how my business works so you get the idea what I'm talking about. When I started private training, I started my business when I was 18. And I started with clients back at the time who had no idea what private training was. It wasn't on the map at that time. You're talking a long time ago. At that point, I had to tell people what it was. And at that time, let me explain what I charged people at that time when I was training. Minimum wage back then was $3.35 an hour. That's what I charged people to train them for an hour. That means I must have really enjoyed what I was doing enough to train somebody for an hour that I didn't even know for $3.35 an hour. That's how much I love training. That's how much I love doing what I do. So when I'm speaking to you right now, I'm not just talking out of my backside. I'm giving you some real hardcore facts that can really help you. So the fact that I started training back then, one of the things I kept in mind when I train people is to make sure they did proper form and technique. So over the years, and like I said, it's been over 30 years I've been doing this, all the people I train over time, I don't charge membership fees or monthly dues. My philosophy was this: if I'm training people and I'm training them in such a way they're getting results and they're telling other people about what I'm doing and they like what I'm doing, my business will sustain. Like I said to you, over 35 years. There's no possible way my business could be around that long doing what I do and not charge membership fees or monthly dues and only paying by the session. The reason why I'm around is because what I say and what I have people do works. So again, I'm not trying to convince you. What I really am saying is I don't like seeing people get hurt doing silly things. And I see a lot of things on YouTube. I see a lot of things at the gym that I know are wrong, simply because I know the mechanics of the body, the physiology of the body. So when I hear people say things about what they're doing, what they're eating, how they're doing it, it's not up to me to walk to the person and say, look, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that wrong, but I have your attention. So what I'm saying to you, if you are training and you're seeing people do things in the gym and you mimic someone else's movement because it looks cool, be careful, that's how you get hurt. You want to make sure you're doing it because it works for you. Think about the muscle you're working. If you're working your chest, feel the chest work. Or feel the tricep too, because the tricep is involved, you gotta feel the tricep too. But if you're working your chest, you say, well, I feel my neck. I'm feeling my glutes, I'm feeling my back, I'm feeling my low back is kind of hurting me. You know you're not working your chest. So it's very important if you're working your biceps. Feel that bicep work, get into that muscle, make that muscle work. But if you're doing the bicep and you're flinging that weight up, you're working the shoulder. It's a shoulder press because you're coming up this way, right? If you're swinging back this way, coming back like this, you're working your lower back. Now you get a little more weight on there, guess what? We can work our legs. We can come down and really fling up and work our legs, okay? But the next day, you know what's gonna be sore? Not your arms, your back, your glute, your legs. I can go on like this all day long speaking about the cheat method, but I want you to do is really take some time, think about what it is you wanna work. Think about what body part you're really trying to affect. Think about the effect you're trying to have on your body. Do you wanna have bigger pecs? Do you wanna have bigger arms, bigger shoulders? Do you wanna have more definition? Whatever you want. You wanna have more flexibility? Think about that when you grab weight. Otherwise, don't grab the weight. Don't touch a thing in that gym unless you've actually asked the question, why am I showing up today? What is it I'm trying to do? Because just seeing guys in the gym pulling the most weight, pushing the most weight, let me tell you something, I've never been into that. I've never been into powerlifting or seeing how much weight I can push. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, once you push all the weight you can push, if your body's not looking like you want it to look, who knew you did it? Why does it matter you do it? If you're not a powerlifter and that's not what you want, but you want results in your body, go for the results. And I guarantee you, anything you ask me in terms of training, I promise you, if you try anything I'm suggesting you do when it comes to training, you will see results on any of your body parts in less than a month. I promise you. If you have any questions, reach out. I'm here. Take care.